Hi, I'm Divina and my register number is YRK19CS1032. Now we are going to see few programs on exception handling. So first I have initialize a variable as int a equal to 20, result equal to 0. So I have used try, and if result is equal to a by 0, if anything is divided by 0, it will be 0. So the result will be given as 0, and it should show the output as this is an arithmetic exception error. So then if the string is equal to null, it should give me the output as null pointer exception error. So I have used here null pointer exception. I have used an exception here, catch null pointer exception here, and then an output as e2 exception, and I should get an output as null pointer exception error. Then I have used try here. Then here I have used number equal to integer dot phrase int null. So system the output will be the number, and then an exception here, and it will be giving you it should give an output as number format exception error. Here is a number format error, so number format exception error should be erased. It should erase here, and here I have given an array of 1 2 3 and 4, but I have print array of 5, so it's not possible. So array index out of bound exception, in this array index out of bound exception is arising, so I should get an output as array index out of bound error. So this is the program, these are the functions we are checking. See, I have got all those. So since the index is 5, we have only up to 4. So we are getting an array index out of bound error. Sorry. So let's move on to the second one. So in this invalid age exception, invalid name exception, invalid emp ID, which is the employee ID exception. Here is the program. So if the age is less than 50, it should arise as invalid age exception. If not, it's okay. If the age is above 50, it's okay. And it should check employee ID. The length of the employee ID should be less than 4. If not, if it is more than 4, which is if I give the employee ID is 100001, it will show you an invalid employee ID exception. This is what this does. And then to check the name, if the name is not in string, it should show an invalid name exception. So this is what the program is. And here the main part is void main, in which we are getting the enter the name, and it will be stored, and we will be checking the name whether it is string or some other. If it's string, there no problem. If it's not string, it will show you an invalid name exception. And let's say if then it will ask you to enter the employee ID. If the employee ID, then it will check employee ID through this. In this, if it is less than 4 numbers, it will show you an invalid employee ID exception. And in the case of age, if it is less than 50, you will get an invalid age exception. So this is what and then it creates an object, and it will display the name, employee ID, and the age. So let's check. So I'm not going to give a name in string. I gave it an integer. So yeah, I got invalid name exception. Then employee ID 1 2. I got invalid employee ID exception. And the age, if the age is less than 40, you will be no, if the age is greater than 50, you will be getting an invalid age exception. So I gave 75. Yeah, I got. And I got a note as age should be less than 50, and I have got all those things which I have entered: name, employee ID, and the age. So this is what the program is. This is it's just like a cash withdrawal and looking at the balance. So I have this was my name, and this was the amount which is present. Okay, let's make it as a whole number here. Okay, this was my actually it's in double, right? So we are supposed to, okay, 50. Then this was my pin. If I give an error pin, it will check the pin. If the pin is error, it will show invalid ATM and exception. So if I give more, if I give some amount which is greater than this 7,50,000, it will give another exception, and if I give some other name, it will give another exception too. If I give if I want to withdraw 1 crores which is not in my account, so you will get no cash exception. So first let's see here. Sorry for going to the main class first. So I have initialized this name, balance, and ATM pin. Since it's in double, we are supposed to give in with this decimal point. That's why I got an error if I didn't give a decimal point. Then first if I had to check, first you last the pin, and for checking it will give, first it will give this note, and then it will ask you enter the pin, and it will check first. If it's okay, and then it will give you, then it will ask you to for withdrawal if you enter the amount, and if the amount is less than the amount present in the bank, it will be you can withdraw. Yeah, it will withdraw by balance minusing, because we need the amount which is balance in the account, right? It should display the amount which is balance in the account, so it will subtract the amount which you are withdrawing with the balance account. So let's check this one. Enter the pin. What's my pin? So the amount, so 50,000 is available in my account, so I can withdraw 50,000 easily. So that's all the program is. Thank you for listening.